Hey guys, Kelvin Weigelt here, gonna do the developer commentary for the game I worked on called Cards and Kidneys. This is the very first game I ever made. It's a Android card game. That's why you'll see the giant two bars on the sides of the screen. This was made by a team of 5 people, 4 artists, and I was a solo dev. I did all the game design for this one. Basically started out, because it's a card game, I was able to make it a paper prototype first, and I would test it with my buddy Sandro every day, well, 3 times a week at least. We'd go over and we'd have beers and we'd play it. I had a lot of fun working on this one. I'm quite happy with the game design of this, although the programming and all the other stuff leaves a little bit to be desired. So one of the things you'll see is the resolution is kind of screwed, and that's because when I was making this game, I had a S9 Plus, which is a 2:1 ratio, screen ratio, and so the game doesn't resize itself very well for mobile. Anyway, so we have a kind of click through tutorial. I'll explain it, I guess, as I play it. I'll play one match against myself. Let's see there, the debug. Okay. So it's a card battle game where you try to steal your opponent's kidney. So you'll see each player, where my mouse is, each player has 1 kidney. Oh, this is like a pass and play card game. So ideally it's like on an iPad or some big Android tablet, and you pass and play. Right, so the goal of the game is to steal your opponent's kidney, and the core gameplay is kind of a riff off of Card Thief, and a bit off Card Thief. So you'll see here this card has, this ice card will give me HP. So I could, for example, I could move on to any of 3 of these highlighted fields, so I would move here, and then I got 5 HP because I moved on to the ice field. And the arrows, so there's an arrow pointing to the left and an arrow pointing down for my card. That shows that I could, next round, if I wanted to, I could move left. Well, I can't move left, which is why it's black. Or I could move down, so I could move back into my base where I came from next round. So then it's the other person's turn. So let's say they're also trying to get across the other side of the field. So if he moves directly downwards to this field, that means the next move he could only move upwards again on his next turn, or he could move left. But he also has a swap card, so he could swap any 2 cards on the field. So, yeah, this guy doesn't really have very many good moves. I'll actually take, so when you move on to one of these cards, these are field cards, you take damage, but it increases your action points. And this build looks like it's a glitchy build. It's an old build, it looks like. But the Android build is the most recent one. For some reason, I couldn't find the PC build on my computer. But the Android build is working, and you can download it for your phone and test it, and it's working quite well. There's none of these weird bugs in it. Right, so he just moved there. And so now next move, he can move downward, so I could swap myself next. No, it'll be easier if I show you. Okay, so this guy now, he's blocked. So I could rotate myself, but I still then couldn't move. I'll show you just for the example's sake. So I could use my rotate spell card. I rotate myself. So now the arrow is pointing upwards, but it's pointing towards the enemy field. So now I couldn't move there. So the only move I have now is then moving to the right. And so I'll eat the 9 damage, and it actually increases my action points. So now I have 2. I can move 2 spaces each round, as long as I don't die. You see that's bugged. That's glitched out in this build, looks like. Okay, so now he would play the swap, and I would swap myself with these fields, so I'm now closer to the enemy's base, and now I can move into the enemy's base. So now the top player has stolen the enemy's kidney, and he has 1 more action point, so I could move here. I could already get started on the way back. And I think I'll do that. So now you'll see I only have 1 life left, and I actually should have 3 action points, right? So they're not being displayed correctly. Sorry for the confusion. And I will end my turn. So this guy now, he probably does actually have 2 action points. Yes, and you can see the path all the way here lights up, which shows it can move 1, 2. So I like predicted out it goes down all the paths and lights up all the possible moves. Right, so I'll move here, I'll get the 5 HP, and I'll move here. So now he also has the other person's kidney. And the game ends when one player has both kidneys. So it kind of ends up in this swapping thing. And you'll see now it's Merlin's turn. The top player, and he only has 1 health. So if he moves up 1, he'll die. But he can swap himself. So I'll go ahead and I'll swap myself with this one, and then he can move up into his base. And so we had a custom art for this. So now you can see that both players are up here, and the 1 kidney is back in his base. So now it's kind of the burden of the other player to make sure he gets home with his kidney, or else he'll basically have lost the game. Okay, so now we're playing the guy trying to get home with the kidney. How much HP we got? We got 11 HP. So I could go I'll go with a replace, because these 2 guys have really high, they do a lot of damage, and I don't like the way the arrows are pointing. Oh, nice, we got 2 blank fields, that's really good for us. Okay, so I'll move here, and we still have 1 more action point, so I'll go ahead and I'll swap myself to be closer to my base, and then I'll capture the kidney. So now we basically just effectively traded, and the game kind of resets like this. But as long as we don't die, the pace of this little dance of switching kidneys is going faster and faster every time, because we're getting more action points. The action points on this build look like they're glitched out, right? But each person now can move 3 spaces each round instead of just 1, as they could in the original. Okay, so he's again trying to get to the bottom to steal the kidney. And he has a lot of action points. So I'll move myself here. I could just tank the 3 damage. Normally, when you kill a monster, you get another action point, which is why you saw the effect of that little red thing flying over. So I'll actually rotate this one, because this is it costs me 3 life, but I do get another action point for it. So this is a very good one to get an action point. So you saw how the red arrow goes over. So that actually shows I'm on 4, even though they're not lighting up. So I actually have now 4 action points. So I could move here. Now I got the kidney again, and so it shows I'm out of action points, and the end turn starts glowing. So I would try. I'm playing now the fat guy, trying to get up to the top. I don't see any arrows, good arrows. This is the only one that's pointing upwards, so I could move here and then swap myself forward. I do have 11 health, so I will do that. I'll swap myself forward. If I moved onto there, I would die. So I'll grab the kidney, and I'll end my turn. You see, so now I only have 2 swaps, and so I can't make it home because of the bad direction of the arrows. But I could go. I'll just go grab the health, and I could, example, clear those 2 cards by moving out onto them and moving back into to the base. Yeah, I think I'll end my turn for him. And so now he's trying to make it back with the kidney, but we gotta be careful because we're only on 5 HP. But we got lucky when we got this card, so we can go here. We can then, for example, this card actually helps the enemy player the most, so we'll decide to take that spot. We'll go into the base. And yeah, we'll end our turn there. And now I'm trying to make it home again. And I still got nothing good. Still got nothing good. I got only swaps. Oh, I got a strat. So I'll swap this one here. Then I'll move on to it. And I'll swap myself. So you see there's actually quite a lot of strategy, and the pace does build up, which I'm quite happy about. I think the game design of this game is quite nice. At a high level, you actually can have a lot of fun playing the multiplayer of this game. When I was playing against my buddy, we'd get into some pretty intense matches. Okay. I have no good moves here. I could kill the enemy player because I have 2 damage cards and these each do 5 damage. I'll go ahead and just grab the HP and go back. And he also cannot do anything except for I could heal myself. Yeah, I'll go ahead and heal myself. And you see we did it like even the frost getting bigger on the HP bar. I did all sound effects for this one as well. And that blue glow as well. Yeah. On the Android build, if you download the Android build that's linked in the page, it doesn't have any of these weird stuff on it. It's all working. And so what I liked about this game is you get into these long things of, oh, I could move here, I could swap this, I could do that, and then you get into these kind of, it becomes quite complicated the longer the game goes. Actually, I could get across and take his kidney. I'll go ahead and hope for something there. So I didn't get what I wanted, but I'll just move 1. See, if you have a really even matchup, you'll see that the game can go on for a bit until somebody messes up. Once you mess up, it's over, you know. But, I'm obviously quite good because I designed the game. Okay, so I would move here. Oh man, I love the voice lines in this game too. Okay, I'll rotate myself, move forward, grab the kidney, and I have 7 HP. No, actually, that's not good. Okay, I gotta rotate. Rotate myself so I could move upwards. It rotates you 180 degrees. Oh, I almost could have made it back in 1 turn. Oh, okay. But I do have enough damage to kill the opponent. We both have enough damage to kill the opponent. Okay, I'll show you what I was gonna let the game end here because okay, so this is the play. So I'll heal myself. Now I have enough damage where I can survive this and move into my base. Now I have 1 kidney. I will play both the damage cards to kill the enemy. You see he dies and the kidney is dropped on the field. So now I could pick up this kidney and make it back to my base next turn. And now his action points are reset to 1. So now he doesn't have the 4 moves per turn, but I have the 4 moves per turn because I have not died yet. The fat guy has not died. So this guy is basically screwed. There's really not much he can do. And so now I get the 2nd kidney, return to my base, and end my turn. And ta-da, you won. I guess on this build as well, this looks like a build that I probably made 1 week before the game was done because there's also no victory screen, which I know we finished in the last 3 days. But that is some gameplay of the cards and kidneys. Sorry that it is a glitchy build. Man, the music is loud for me. Yeah, I really had a good time designing this game, and it was a lot of fun working with the artist. I think the artist did a good job on this one too. Yeah, if you're interested in playing this game, it's quite a fun game. Download it for Android. The link is on the page. what you gotta do is you just gotta, I think you might have to have Google Drive installed. It's like a Google Drive link. So you basically click on it and you just click download, and then your Android phone will say, do you want to install apps from unknown sources? And you just have to say yes. And then you could download it and test it yourself. Thanks for watching.